There's another new sheriff coming to town on the Champions Tour.
You see that hill over there? I got news for you. You're well over it.
Golf Channel and the Champions Tour proudly present the year-long race for the Charles Schwab Cup. We're in Endicott, New York for round one of the Dick's Sporting Goods Open. And it is a gorgeous day here in Endicott, New York. The Dick's Sporting Goods Open. Players love playing this golf course. We've seen some good scores so far today. Wayne Levy, Brad Bryant, both tied at the top at 7 under par. And there's Mark Calcavecchia after 3 straight birdies and a tie for 6 with Tom Kite and Hal Sutton at 4 under par. Lauren Roberts also in that group. For the Monday qualifier, there's Fred Funk and Nick Price at 2 under par. I'm Brian Hammonds along with Kurt Byram. John Mahaffey and David Marr will be our hole announcers, and Billy Ray Brown is following the action on course. And hello everyone, I'm Brian Hammonds along with Kurt Byram.
Amateur Jeff Crawford.
He's been talking about this tour for some time, and he's just jumped right in, hasn't he?
You know, really over the last couple of years, we've heard numerous times, geez, you know, I'm getting up there. I kind of look forward to it. You know, he's kind of beat up physically a little bit, and he deserves the break, right? He's out here on the Champions Tour, and I think he's really looking forward to it. All his buddies are out here. He's seeing a lot of friendly faces. I think right now this is a perfect place for him, and I have really high expectations for him. And what we've seen in the past is when guys play well late into their 40s, they come right out on the Champions Tour and do some serious damage.
Can he have a similar type impact that Fred Couples has had on this tour in terms of being competitive?
I think so. He's not going to be quite as popular as Fred Couples overall with the fans. Fred Couples is arguably one of the most popular guys ever to come off the PGA Tour onto the Champions Tour. But I think competitiveness-wise, I think he can win. And I think he just really is looking forward to this whole experience out here. And I think the comfort factor is huge for him. If he putts well, and he's putted well so far today, he's going to win a lot.
Out to the 7th and David Marr.
Thank you very much, Brian. Just a moment ago on the tee, Billy Ray Brown with this group.
Yeah, this par 3 today, playing 204, not a breath of wind, perfect scoring conditions. Yeah, beautiful shot there. He brought that in high from right to left, and he is on a roll. Well, Dave, I look at the leaderboard, and it's all players that played a number of years here back in the PGA Tour event, the BC Open. And it just goes to tell me that experience on this golf course and knowing the greens are playing a huge factor.
Seems to be so. Familiarity you mentioned with the greens, Billy Ray, obviously serving him well. Let's go to 11.
And Tom Kite to go 5 under par.
Nice, Tom.
Center cut. Golf course is in perfect conditions. Players taking advantage of that.
Golf Channel's presentation of the Dick's Sporting Goods Open is brought to you by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's.
Now out to the 8th hole, serving his birdie putt down the hill.
And John, what a great crowd that has showed up here to, you know, one, to support a local guy, but also just great crowds around this area. They've supported this Dick's Sporting Goods Open so well. And his family affair out here today, his wife, all of his kids, and they're out here, so he's surrounded by a lot of friends and family.
Oh, boy. Putted very aggressively, though. That was a good-looking stroke.
Just slides by, but still had a nice opportunity there.
Golf Channel reporters and analysts are blogging about everything in the world of golf, from this week's Travelers Championship to the LPGA's second major of the season. Read the Shag Bag blog on golfchannel.com or via your smartphone with Golf Channel Mobile. Off the lead, currently held by Wayne Levy and Brad Bryant. When the fans arrive at the Dick's Sporting Goods Open, the first thing they do is pass through the Dick's Sporting Goods tent. A great opportunity to do a little shopping before enjoying your day at the Enjoy Golf Course, watching the biggest names on the Champions Tour.
Back to the tee.
Well, downhill tee shot at the 10th, and about 230 yards starts the downslope, and the ball will run out some 40 yards. You got to make sure if you do that, hit enough club to get down through the downslope and have a level lie. But most players tend to lay back and keep it at the top of the hill.
It's kind of fun. A lot of times we like to go back and look at the swings through the years since he was a young man back in 1989. This was back in 2007. Wednesday in the Pro-Am, a little older, not quite as flexible as he used to be, but boy, he still drives it awfully well, hits the ball very solid. It's just a swing that he's repeated over and over and over all these years.
Let's go back. He is in the fairway here at number 10.
Drove it well down the hill here, so he's going to have a short iron here, just a sand wedge left.
Man can hit those wedges, can he?
That's what you do when you get that sand wedge in your hand. You attack.
Go back to 12.
Tom Kite playing well. This is third to the par 5.
This should be in his wheelhouse. One of the really good wedge players out here, and it certainly was. How about that into 3 feet?
He's birdied 3 of his last 4.
Back to 10.
For birdie. Not quite enough.
Not aggressive enough with that.
And it was a beautiful second shot he played in there, though.
Back to 12.
Tom Kite for birdie.
Kite putting on a ball striking exhibition so far, has not missed a green today. His last win came 2 years ago at the Boeing Classic up in Seattle. Ooh. Almost pulled it outside there. Good wedge shot, though. That helps him to a birdie.
4 birdies in his last 6.
Good looking front 9 there. Made the turn in 4 under and has picked up 2 more since.
It's Levy and Bryant at the top of the Dick's Sporting Goods Open leaderboard here. First round action right here on the Golf Channel, Endicott, New York.
Back at the 12th. Dan par 5 shortened today, playing only 493 yards.
Moved the tee up 35 yards from yesterday's round. They're really giving everybody an opportunity to get home in 2. Yeah, he may have some problems there in the rough.
Will that affect his ability to go for this in 2?
A difficult shot. Johnny has to keep it low and try to run up the right-hand side of the green. Just a small little area he can land this ball and try to get it close, but it's about all the options that he had with that shot there.
Well, very conservative, but that's what he had to do from that spot. Up to 18.
And this was a moment ago. Lauren Roberts for birdie from off the green.
This guy, no slouch in the touch department, though. I expect this to come pretty close.
Like that?
When they don't go in, Lauren Roberts is always around those edges. Enjoying himself out there today, and why not? Good start, 4 under par.
Here at the 12th. Ooh, this for eagle.
I'm a little surprised that this flag stick is not out. Some players like to keep it in, and this is very, very makeable.
Up and over a mound, should gain some speed.
Oh my goodness.
You know what? This guy's awesome. And what great speed control he has. Unreal. Up to 16.
And Brad Bryant for the outright lead.
Oh. Stroke that. Pushed it just a left.
Heard his caddy. Nice stroke on that putt.
That's a couple this nine.
Back to 12.
For birdie.
Yeah, definitely got a good look at the break and also the speed.
Well,
he walks it right in, John Boy.
How about that one? Right in the heart.
Wayne Levy, Brad Bryant continue to lead the way at 7 under par. As we go to break, more thoughts on the man who started this tournament, Alex Alexander.
We've had some great memories here, and Alex has been such a staple in the PGA Tour as well as the Champions Tour. So, Alex, we're surely going to miss you. I'm surely going to miss you, but I'm going to keep you in my hip pocket all week.
On behalf of Dick's Sporting Goods, we are delighted to partner with the Champions Tour and Broome County Community Charities to present the 4th annual Dick's Sporting Goods Open here at Enjoy Golf Club. 62 years ago, in 1948, the first Dick's Sporting Goods store opened here in Binghamton, New York. So we are pleased to present a week here of great golf, good fun, and community interaction, while ultimately giving back to the local communities through Broome County Community Charities. As the largest sporting goods and golf retailer in the U.S., Dick's Sporting Goods' support of this type of community giving exemplifies our active involvement in every community of our over 400 stores across the country. Thanks to the many corporate sponsors and the hundreds of volunteers for helping make this a wonderful community event in this special place. We hope you enjoy the tournament.
On Thursday afternoon of tournament week, Peter Jacobsen visited the Discovery Center in nearby Binghamton. The Discovery Center is a hands-on, interactive museum for kids and kids at heart, and one of the beneficiaries of the Dick's Sporting Goods Open. More than 50,000 people come through the museum each year.
Well, speaking of Peter Jacobsen, here he is on the 17th tee.
Really chunky.
Oh, what a break. Oh, my goodness. Good things happen to good people. How about this golf shot? He knew it. Yeah, right. Okay, over at 14 on the tee. Billy Ray, what's he looking at?
Well, he's hitting 188. It's got to be a nice little stock 6-iron for him. That hole in the front right portion really fits his eye very well. This starting left and cutting back toward the hole, another good-looking shot.
Oh, wow, that's one of the best we've seen all day there. Lovely.
He is already playing with a lot of confidence.
That he
nice
is.
to see.
He will have another good look at birdie.
Levy and Bryant at the top of the Dick's Sporting Goods Open leaderboard here. First round action right here on the Golf Channel, Endicott, New York.
Coming up, the short par 4 16th provides these players a couple of options. They can lay up off the tee with an iron, or they can go for it with a driver.
Kurt, I'm going to show you exactly why the best play here is laying up. With just a short pitch up the hill, I'm taking 5 right out of the equation. More times than none, I'm going to make it 3 here.
And we saw Peter Jacobsen's tee shot at 17. This is for birdie. Ooh, Jake. A little misread there.
To 14 for birdie, but within 2.
Kurt, have you seen a streakier player in your years than this guy?
It's hard to come up with one. And this guy gets on a roll, and I think when he does get on a roll, there's not a flag stick that he won't aim at. So, you know, when he starts making birdies, it carries over into the next week and the next week, and he
just sneaks it in there. 2 birdies in his last 3 holes. He comes firing at the flag from the first hole on, so this is a perfect tour for him.
Yeah, with 54 holes, you don't have time to shoot par or worse. You get lapped out there.
Thank you, Dave.
This was a moment ago.
And Joe Inman out of the bunker, 17, with Hale Irwin and Ben Crenshaw. And ho-hum. That gets Joe to even par for the golf tournament. He knew it, of course.
Let's run through some scores here in round 1 of the Dick's Sporting Goods Open. Wayne Levy played earlier today. He's one of the guys from this area, from New Hartford, New York. Fred Funk in that group now at 4 under par.
To 15.
with his second.
Good drive. And a short iron. Looks like he's going right at it. Yeah, he likes to play a left to right shot, which tends to have a little more spin.
And now Fred Funk for birdie to get to within 2.
Fred Funk, one of the guys in the field that won the PGA Tour event, played on this golf course, and he likes it.
Up to 15. Oh, he still grinds, doesn't he?
I think he still believes he can win. You know, if he gets it on the right golf course where length is not necessarily an issue, I still believe that he thinks he has a chance to win out here. So quick going down that hill, had to be a little careful, and even then he's 3 feet by the hole. He's such a good athlete, you know, he just doesn't seem to age much.
Here's a look at the BC Open winners playing this week at the Enjoy golf course. Does experience on this course mean anything?
I think it does. I don't think it always helps. I don't think there's any question. It's a comfort factor as much as anything. You've seen all these tight tee shots before.
It's back up again.
Now back to the 16.
One chose to lay up off the tee, just under 90 yards left for the second. Back up the hill, players going to see just about half the flagstick.
Go. Pretty good.
Yeah, well judged there for a blind shot. Very tough to get it close.
Local boy, Michael Holber. You try and drive it, you can lay it up. Obviously, these two laid up and both have birdie putts here at the 16th. Last good shot at a birdie coming in today.
Let's go up to 18.
Tom Kite with his second.
This is going to be difficult from this right rough. Not a good angle coming in over that bunker. Trees just to the right as well. We just play to that front left part of the green and hope it stays around the hole there somewhere, which is exactly what he did. Very nicely done. Nice control coming out of the rough.
Now back to the 16.
For birdie.
Never had that one on line. Back up to the 18th.
Tom Kite for birdie, coming off back-to-back bogeys at 16 and 17. We could use this to sleep a little better tonight.
Sketchy putting on the way in today.
Tee shot here at 18 is a tough one for these players. This is a narrow fairway guarded on the left by a water hazard and on the right by trees. However, if they put the ball in the fairway, that leaves a short iron to the green. We should see some good opportunities for birdie here. Stay tuned.
Wayne Levy, solo leader at 7 under par. As we head to break, more thoughts about the man very instrumental in starting the BC Open and the Dick's Sporting Goods Open, Alex Alexander. We'd like to send along our special thanks to a couple of special people, John Carides, the tournament director, and Rocco Greco, the course superintendent here at the Enjoy Golf Course.
218.
Can he get it in the fairway here?
Shot.
You expect him to, and he does. Well, there are a lot of players that would love to have that tee shot right there.
They liked it. Yeah.
Take a look at from all angles. This was here just a couple weeks ago and did a little bit of this video here. And watch when he gets to the top of his swing. I'm going to show you one reason why I think he might be fighting this hook a little bit. See how across the line he is right there? And then when he starts down, he'll drop this club to the inside. But sometimes he loses his balance a little bit. He gets out on his toes just a little bit too much, which causes the club face to square up a little quicker than he likes. And I think that's when he fights that hook.
but overall, I mean, one of the all-time great ball strikers we've ever seen. Just a tremendous player, obviously.
Golf Channel's presentation of the Dick's Sporting Goods Open is brought to you by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's. And just to the players left of the 18th green, the stage is being constructed. Big concert tonight. The folks at Dick's Sporting Goods are putting on a concert by Rob Thomas, former member of Matchbox 20. Won several Grammys with Carlos Santana for that song Smooth. You got a song to accompany this one?
148 yards. I'm trying to bring this ball in from right to left.
Welcome to the Champions Tour, they're saying. It's good to see him out here. Expect big things out of that guy. Billy Ray, have you noticed, does he know where he stands? Is he watching scoreboards at all?
I have tried to research and watch his eyes. He has not looked at a scoreboard. Now, there's one just adjacent to the left of this green here.
You just wonder if he knows the situation. How can he not see it?
Big putt here. You start talking about Schwab Cup points. You start talking about money list and
exempt status.
A lot of things, you know, obviously riding on this. And what a great way to finish this would be with a great short iron shot in here and finish it off with a putt for birdie. Downhiller, moving to the right.
Never, ever had that online.
That was about as poor a putt as you'll see that man hit.
Yeah, that's a surprise for sure.
Very much a surprise. Took a lot of time trying to get the read, and
he knows it.
Today was a really good start for him in his debut out here on the Champions Tour. I think he was definitely a little nervous, like most of the players are when they first start out here, but he settled in and showed us kind of what he's capable of. And the great start really puts him in a position, that fast start puts him in a position to have a chance to win in his first start out here. So it's going to be fun to see how he handles the rest of the week.
Long par putt to remain 5 under.
He already has a couple nice par saves today, holding putts at this length.
Another good par save.
5 under par today, so off to a great start and right in the thick of things.
I can't imagine he couldn't script it any better.
So 67. And to David Marr.
Well, thanks a lot. We're watching that final group come off from number 18 here.
Well, Wayne Levy will take the lead into Saturday's second round, but a lot of big names are back there trying to chase him down. Our second round coverage will come your way live from Endicott, New York tomorrow, 1 o'clock Eastern time. Don't miss it. And coming up next, it's PGA Tour Prime Time, round 2 of the Travelers Championship. The executive producer of the Golf Channel is Jack Graham. Today's telecast produced by Brant Packer and directed by Joe Martin. For Kirk Byram, John Mahaffey, David Marr, and Billy Ray Brown, I'm Brian Hammonds. We'll see you tomorrow for round 2 of the Dick's Sporting Goods Open.
This has been a Golf Channel presentation on the only worldwide network dedicated to the game.